Yeah, so we are live now.
Okay.
Good morning to all. I am Siddharth, your host. Welcome in today's Sustainable Saturday session. So today we have Madhavi Bhalekar with us. She has a master degree in environment science, and Madhavi has been a responsible environmental specialist, focusing on CSR and sustainability initiatives across the India over the 5 years. And her expertise lies in implementing impactful projects for coastal ecosystem restoration, aimed to promoting natural conservation and benefiting to local communities. In addition, Madhvi has collaborated with more than 30 corporate organizations working together on various CSR projects. So today, Madhvi will talk on blue ecosystem restoration. What is a blue ecosystem and how we can restore the blue ecosystem? What are the importance of this ecosystem? Because we know the importance and how we can restore the terrestrial ecosystem. But blue ecosystem is also an interesting part. So yes, Madhvi, over to you. Please start your presentation.
Yeah, Siddharth, thank you so much for the nice description. Okay, so very good morning, everyone. So I think, as Siddharth mentioned, everyone knows about terrestrial ecosystem and blue ecosystem as I'm saying it's more neglected way. matlab, So we need to be more focused ki how we can restore and now be a responsible child, how we can restore this ecosystem. Okay, so I will take you to this journey how we can help out with the small things to this ecosystem and how it will get more impactful, more beneficial to our whole entire earth. Okay, so let's go through the presentation, Siddharth. Okay, and everywhere. So, basic definition is like what is blue, like blue carbon or blue ecosystem. Okay, so initially it's like a coastal and marine area. Okay, so it comes under tidal marshes, mangroves, and seagrass are come together, and they help to photosynthesize carbon dioxide. It's called as a blue carbon. Okay, and it is called as a blue ecosystem. So basically, if you see, like when you go to the any creek area nearby or sea, there you can see a lot of grass are also there, trees are also there. So it itself have a whole ecosystem. Okay, so small shrubs, plant, trees, and all. So now today's session is more important, focusing on in blue ecosystem. We'll say mangroves. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. So what is blue carbon and how this area? So here in this slide, I define what is tidal marsh are there. So this is marsh is like it's next to the very near to the our terrestrial area. Okay. And this grass like structure you can see everywhere when you go nearby the seafront area or beaches. So this is one of the more unbothered, and it's already 30% already destroyed for our earth. Okay, so now we need to be more bothered about this ecosystem. So next is a mangrove. It's like intertidal zone plants. It's grown very nicely and like that. And then last one is seagrasses. It's actually very flooded under the sea. Okay, in marine sea culps are there. So this is are the three major system which is called as a blue carbon. And now you are more listen about blue economy and blue system. So this is part of the blue carbon and blue economy, the three factors. And if we want to restore that, this will restore our whole entire ocean, their ecosystem, their biodiversity in all the aspects. Okay, so if you see in the figure, I just don't want to go much technical, but it's just a number. It's like 50 million hectare of part of ocean. It's like covered with this whole ecosystem. Okay, and if you see, like terrestrial areas have some region have carbon sequestration. They do carbon absorb the carbon, and this will help to reduce our climate change. Now you can see the summers are going worse day by day everywhere. Correct, so that's the actual sign key, like see how much carbon is like releasing because we are cutting the trees and lot of factors. And this blue not only store by themselves, but it's store in their soil also. Okay, so let's go further. So, as you know, our UN have taken an initiative for the decade of ecosystem restoration. It's a one of, so in this UN decade of ecosystem restoration, इसमें सबसे important part है mangrove. Okay, so let's see कि how mangrove, like they act like a carbon sink. They provide shelter. So in like if you see what actually blue carbon or blue ecosystem do. So blue carbon and blue ecosystem is first fundamental factor. Their plants, leaf, root, soil, all the absorb the carbon and store. Okay, so that's more important factor of blue ecosystem. Then second thing, this ecosystem is rich with lot of nutrient. Okay, so they definitely attract birds, mammal, lot of insects, creature. So it's a whole habitat for the area. Then it is like, if you aware, when Chennai last time areas that affected with the cyclone tsunami. So this mangrove or this ecosystem is act like a soldier or the barrier. Okay, so that's the reason if you see a lot of projects, coastal projects are coming up forward, and we are more bothered about this fact. And then lastly, this area, if you know, our whole world is covered with the ocean, right? And everyone is like 70% of people are living nearby that area. So definitely this ecosystem is supporting them for the livelihood and other purpose. Okay. So this is a whole carbon storage, like how much carbon are stored in this ecosystem. If you are like compare with the terrestrial one, so the how much level of carbon in tropical, seagrass, salt marsh, and mangroves forests are safe. So it's basically we are saying ki creating more awareness, like because people are neglected, they're just passing, they're throwing the debris, they're not bothering, because whatever your single chips wrapper, what you dump in a dustbin, at the end if you're not taken care properly, it goes to the sea, and this is going to be destroy our ecosystem. So my major concern key, like initially you have a look, okay, understand the concept, and then further think about it, because if you are not thinking, okay, I eat the wrapper and nothing is bothering, but definitely it's, if you see a lot of like initial, now I think plastic straw little bit of banner, right, but they actually stuck in a turtle nose and affecting them. So if it's a very worse situation, okay, so, what are the barrier and fact are like causing the blue ecosystem? So, there are many fact are there. Like I describe here three major facts. One is the environmental barrier. Environmental barrier is like lot of biological factors are there, climatic factors are there, even the livelihood factors. Like how you can consider is a like biological factor, like if you see, if you're using a lot of pesticides and all in the when you're doing the farming, at the end it goes to the ocean only. Whatever the leaching out from the soil, it goes to the ocean. At the end, it's like a earth is whole and soul, it's interconnected with the each and every ecosystem. So if one ecosystem is hampering or one in biodiversity is hampering, it will cause it other area also. So this way, if you this like lot of pesticides are affected, and this pesticide is going to be leaching out this ecosystem, and they're destroying this. Okay, so this is a one factor. Then hydrological, if you see the situations, if you even Mumbai, like I tell you, because I live in Mumbai and there's more people can more connect. Here, if you see, if you ask anyone the Methi, people think about Nala, not a river. So it's ideally river, but the situation, how bad we made it actually. So that's one factor. So hydrological things like solid waste are there, a lot of things, debris are there. So this way we are causing this effect to this blue ecosystem.
माधवी,
Yeah,
जस्ट एक मैं शेयर करना चाहता हूँ कि जो आपने अभी मिठी रिवर का बोला है, सो इसका
correct,
पूरा क्रेडिट जाता है ह्यूमन बीइंग्स को कि
correct,
हमने एक
correct,
नेचुरल जो इकोसिस्टम थी उसको डिस्ट्रॉय करके रिवर को हमने नाला में कन्वर्ट किया है. सो
correct.
इट्स इट्स रियली जो
Yeah,
एंथ्रोपोजेनिक एक्टिविटीज
because
हो रही है, Yeah.
Yeah, because I know, I told you when we discuss also in the office time also, कि human is the one of the creature made to conserve this ecosystem or the environment. But we are completely opposite. We are the one only destroying this. We are not thinking about it because we have the brain and everything. So we should definitely think about this. But
डेफिनेटली।
yeah,
मुझे
so
मुझे तो
let
ऐसा लगता है कि जो 8 मिलियन लिविंग स्पीसीज है इस अर्थ पे, जो नोन है
correct.
अभी तक, उसमें
हाँ.
बस इंसान, ह्यूमन बीइंग ही बस ऐसी एक स्पीसीज है कि जो रिसोर्सेस लेते जा रहा है नेचर से, एंड रिटर्न में हम क्या दे रहे हैं? पॉल्यूशन, कार्बन एंड जो निगेटिव चीजें। सो वी शुड थिंक ऑन दैट बिकॉज वी हैव
नहीं
अ
आप
ब्रेन।
करेक्ट नहीं सिद्धार्थ आप सही बोल रहे हो बिकॉज सी ना आप सपोज अपने दादा दादी के समय की बात करें तो उनकी लाइफस्टाइल बहुत ज्यादा सस्टेनेबल थी हमें ऐसे लगता है
राइट, राइट,
बिकॉज व्हेन दे ट्रैवल व्हेन दे गो दे यूज प्लास्टिक लाइक इंस्टेड ऑफ plastic they use cloth bags are there lot of alternative they're more towards steel aluminum but now if you see the things are so worse day by day things are getting like I can remember when I go to my native place in summer holidays, I never use for the AC or anything. But if you now, I think I can't live without AC. So that's the situation. It's a plastic drastic
एंड
change.
इट्स डायरेक्टली अफेक्टिंग ऑन योर हेल्थ कि
Correct.
आप उतने अभी स्ट्रांग नहीं हो, क्योंकि अभी क्या हो रहा है कि एसी के यूज से या फिर सारी चीजें जो हम यूज कर रहे हैं उससे हम जो हमारी फिजिकल ताकत थी वो लूज कर बैठे हैं।
Correct. Very true. Very true. I remember when my grandparents told me they travel and meet their relatives around. वो जाते थे जब मिलने के लिए उनको तो 2 से 3 किलोमीटर आराम से चल पाते थे. And now I can't even step like go for 1 kilometer also. Like I think okay I can take auto or like or something like that. So यही सब चीजें हैं कि हम इतना बदलाव हमारा पूरे बॉडी में भी उसके वजह से आ रहा है. Not only impacting our surrounding but it impacting ourselves also.
राइट, राइट।
Correct. Okay, so let's move to the slide. So these are the factor as I described are affecting our blue ecosystem. Okay, so social, how we can say is a social barrier is one point I mentioned. If you see, I think people love to go to the forest, correct? Terrestrial, everyone, those are nature lovers, they love to. वो जाना पसंद करते हैं उन एरिया में. बट आपने कभी सोचा है कि चलो थोड़ा क्रीक के बाजू में चले जाए तो पीपल थिंक नहीं यार बहुत ज्यादा मॉस्किटोज होते हैं हम नहीं जाएंगे वहां पे सो ये भी एक सोशल बैरियर है कि लोग मोर कंसर्न नहीं है इसके बारे में बिकॉज रेस्टोरेशन की बहुत से इनिशिएटिव टेरेस्ट्रियल मैनर में हो चुके हैं एंड पीपल थिंकिंग मतलब जो पीपल जो टेकिंग केयर मतलब इतने लेवल पे नहीं बट सम हाउ दे आर लाइक बट जो कोस्टल एरियाज है लाइक नो वन इज बॉदर एक्चुअली तो लोग ऐसा है कि नहीं ठीक है यार वहां पे बहुत मॉस्किटोज होते हैं हाउ माई बेबीज आर सेफ बट मैं आई टेल यू वन थिंग आई वर्क इन अ क्रीक ओके एंड आई लाइक गॉन आई नेवर अफेक्टेड विद मलेरिया ऑल्सो सो हम ऐसे बोलते हैं ना जो कोस्टल वाले मॉस्किटोज है कि अफेक्ट करे नहीं करे बट इट्स एक्चुअली नॉट अफेक्टेड एंड इवन I tell you, whenever you have a cut in when I'm working or some areas in mangrove, so that time the salt water is actually healing properties. Like when you go, if you are tired also, you just have a salt water in put in salt water and just take a dip your leg and get up like so this way. So I am saying ki it should be can't be a social barrier not to restore this ecosystem. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So how can you protect this blue ecosystem? Okay, so it's majorly today we speak about how we can use a restoration strategy or how each and individual can contribute for this ecosystem. Okay, so one there is a three factors need to be restored, but in today's session we are going to be more focused on mangroves one. Okay, so it's a my die-hard topic to talk the mangroves. Okay, so you can see in first image, it's a whole creek area overview of the mangroves. Okay, so mangrove is like you say, it's a very blessed with mother nature. इनको कैसे है कि एक क्रीक में ग्रो हो रहे हैं so they are self-surviving plant. They have tidal, intertidal zone, subtropic, subtropical regions में grow होते हैं except Antarctica. ओवरऑल ओशन जहाँ पे है, मैंग्रोव्स हमारे पास है एक्सेप्ट अंटार्कटिका के। तो ये जो मैंग्रोव है, मतलब इतना ब्यूटीफुल प्लांट है ना, आप सोच भी नहीं सकते। जैसे एक यहाँ पहले जो मैंग्रोव्स जिन्होंने अडेप्ट किया है सॉल्ट टॉलरेंस कंडीशन में ग्रो होना, इनकी जो सॉल्ट टॉलरेंस लेवल होती है, जो हमारे पास मेजर मुंबई, महाराष्ट्र और इंडिया में जो मेजर स्पीशीज मिलती है वो है एविसिनिया मरीना। और इनकी जो सॉल्ट टॉलरेंस लेवल होती है वो 25 to 30 पीपीटी, 35 पीपीटी भी समटाइम्स। लाइक जैसे सिचुएशन है, इफ यू अवेयर कि डार्विन्स का एक थियोरी था, जिसे हम अडेप्ट कर पाते हैं। जैसे जिराफ हैव अ लॉन्ग नेक एंड व्हाई ही हैव दैट लॉन्ग नेक, उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन उन्होंने दिया था 7th 8th स्टैंडर्ड के साइंस टेक्स्ट बुक में। इसके बारे में मेंशन है कि पीपल ह्यूमन नेचर टू अडेप्ट, so this way this plant itself adapted to survive and grow in this saline environment. So ये जो मैंग्रोव एविसिनिया मरीना बोलो, जो पहले इमेज में सेकंड इमेज है, ये एविसिनिया मरीना है। They have two root system because the soil in this area is like not much porous, because oxygen, carbon dioxide penetration need to be happen, then only they can photosynthesis और उसी तरह वो अपना खाना बना सकते हैं। But if it can't penetrate, then it will not survive also. Correct. And this is actually grow in marshy, salty, intertidal zone land. So the soil porosity is very less. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, things are not working properly for them. So they have this second thing is a root system. They made so beautiful root system like aerial breathing root. If you have seen the banyan tree also have the roots. Okay, when you just climb and have when I'm childhood I just climb and do that. Okay, so similar we have the secondary root system as a breathing root, okay, and this breathing root act like a filtration also. So if you say कि mangrove can't completely grow in a saline water, they need fresh water also. That's the reason they are growing in intertidal zone. Okay, so देख सकते हो आपके पूरी तरह से समुद्र में आपको कभी मैंग्रोव्स नहीं मिलेंगे, उनके कोस्टल के क्रीक मतलब एरियाज जो बाहर की तरफ है वहां पे आपको मैंग्रोव मिल रहे हैं। तो वही उनका रीजन है कि दे नीड बोथ द वाटर, सो दैट्स द रीजन। एंड यू नो द टाइडल फ्लशिंग, जो हाई टाइड लो टाइड होती है जो डेली बेसिस पे हमारे पास होता है, उनकी वजह से दे रीच द फ्रेश वाटर रीच टू देम and they utilize this water and they are growing. And even the results also shown that they have 10%, 10 times more carbon sequestration capacity than terrestrial trees. So it's like a huge, if we want to be more carbon neutral as our agenda is UN and everyone and actually need, so we need to be think about this ecosystem. Okay, and if you see the fourth image, if you see the leaf, behind the leaf lot of salt like particles you can visualize. So this salt like particles, like normal human sweat, the similar way this plant also sweat. So this is actually excretion of this plant. Okay, so what they do actually, so when salinity level goes very high, okay, in summertime, peak summertime, that time this leaves or this tree actually excrete out salt, and you can actually visualize when you go to the field and see, if whenever you next time visit this area and just see behind this leaf, you can able to trace the salt. So nearby and this ecosystem, nearby this ecosystem, though as animal insects are living, they drink water to their nematophores, the aerial breathing route. So because they even help out to remove heavy metals, remove the pollutants, and as well as a very clean water, a fresh water or less saline water, you can get it nearby their root system. So next important plant in the one other mangrove species is the Avicennia marina. It's a red mangrove. It's grown near to the ocean area, but their salt tolerance capacity is less because in Mumbai earlier you can see a lot of Rhizophorum eucalypta. Okay, but now red mangrove. But nowadays, because of the pollution load, so this species are going to be degraded. And either I remember you can on number of your hands you can count the these plants actually nowadays. So this is another one beautiful plant. It's like so blessed with the nature. Their seeds grow completely on tree. They when they mature, they fallen down. It look like a drumstick. It's completely grow on tree only, because normally if you treat the normal terrestrial, lot of other process to spread out the seeds and grow or germinate. But here, okay, it's like a sea and the tidal flushing is happening. If it can't be mature properly, it just flow with the water and nothing can multiply further. So that's the reason this tree is a mother nature, and you know how your mother care about your child or baby. The similar way the tree can think about their child as a seed, and this seed grow properly. This is called as a bibliopery. This is a scientific term. And then this once he grow, this whenever the because of the gravity and tidal current, it just when it started flowing, and whenever he get proper current and everything, he just vertical out and start growing there. So they have their red crab-like structure or octopus-like structure roots, and they act like growing medium. Okay,
Uh,
so yeah,
माधवी, इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कि इसका जो जर्मिनेशन टाइप है विविपोरस होता है, एंड जैसा आपने बोला कि मदर नेचर केयर करता है कि
correct.
हर एक जो बेबी है उसको प्रॉपरली लाइव सर्वाइव वो
Grow
कैसा कर
character.
सके. एंड इट्स वेरी
Correct.
इंटरेस्टिंग कि पेड़ पे ही ये सारे सीड जर्मिनेट हो रहे हैं, पेड़ पे भी वो रेडी हो रहे हैं कि जब वो नीचे
Correct.
गिरेंगे तो डायरेक्टली वहां पे जर्मिनेशन होगा. तो माधुरी, एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि थोड़ा सा कभी कभी कंफ्यूजन होता है. मैंने भी कुछ टॉक सुने हैं और भी कुछ
हाँ.
एक्सपर्ट लोगों के. सो मैंग्रोव्स सॉल्ट टॉलरेंट है या सॉल्ट लविंग है? थोड़ा इस पे आप
सॉल्ट.
गाइड कीजिए.
हाँ, तो देखिए, आप जैसे बोल हमने बताया कि सॉल्ट लविंग होते तो वो ओशन में भी ग्रो हो जाते थे.
राइट, हाँ हाँ.
करेक्ट. तो सॉल्ट टॉलरेंट है, वो सॉल्ट लविंग नहीं है.
लविंग नहीं है,
बिकॉज
ओके.
इनका जो नेचर है कि जैसे कि आप देखो पूरी तरह से आप सॉल्ट कंडीशन में भी ग्रो, इफ यू डू द एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑल्सो, इट्स अ गुड आइडिया टू कंडक्ट अ स्मॉल एक्सपेरिमेंट विद द
यस,
स्कूल
पायलट
स्टूडेंट और
रिसर्च वी
कॉलेज
कैन डू. या
स्टूडेंट.
या.
It's a research perspective. But whenever I did one research in this, and where I saw कि नहीं, it's a like salt love like loving होते, तो वो पूरी तरह से ओशन में ग्रो हो सकते थे. बट वो ओशन में ग्रो नहीं हो रहे बिकॉज उनकी कैपेसिटी नहीं है, और ओशन के मिडिल तलक उतने फ्रेश वाटर पहुंच नहीं पाता. और जितना मिक्सिंग होता है, इफ यू सी जो मिक्सिंग इनिशियल फेज में है वहीं पे आपको मैंग्रोव्स देखने मिल रहे हैं. तो दैट्स माय आंसर एक्चुअली, सो दैट, सो आई होप यू गेट योर आंसर कि क्या
यस यस
है.
यस. यस.
यस.
थैंक यू
ओके.
माधवी.
ओके. ओके, now move to the next slide. So these are a fact and important ecosystem. It's like a whole story how they help out with the whole climate irrigation and the fisheries and ecosystem. And the one important fact, if you're aware, ki now people are Navi Mumbai is more focusing the flamingos are coming, and these are migratory birds. So the mangrove is one of the reason the flamingos are coming to us, because this ecosystem is now like initially now was very different habitat and people are not bothering, but now people are taking time and bothering about this ecosystem. So how you guys can able to see this flamingos. See, when you go to some place, your major factor is shelter, food, and living. Correct. So same way, these flamingos are coming. This is a migratory bird, and they're coming to us. So what's the main reason for coming here? So one reason is the food. Okay. So the algal growth is there, and the mangrove area where they actually stay. And if you, I will tell you one interesting fact. The flamingos, we have greater flamingos and the lesser. In Marathi, it's called Rohit, okay? Agni Pankha or Rohit Pakshi. So this bird have the pink coloration, like very vibrant and very noticeable pink color. And why he's having the this pink color? Because he having a keratin rich food content, algae. He eat that algae, and because of that he is having that pink color. If you put flamingo in captivity, and if you not provide a proper food which contain the algae or keratin, then he don't have its pink coloration. If you see the even some newborn babies, like juvenile ones, also don't have that much luster pink color. So it's like whole grown flamingos have a good habit or like diet, then only they have the pink coloration. So we talk about like importance of mangrove ecosystem. So it will help to provide shelter to lot of habitat like birds is there. If you see, if you just go for the normal walk someday, I just suggest to the any creek area morning time around 6:30 or 7, you can around set rest 20 to 25 species of birds in this area, and so beautiful. In even urban sector also, not only like rural areas you need to be go, but just go and you can visualize, just listen to the voice of birds chirping, and it was amazing. Then second, as I told you, is the carbon. That's a major factor. It's helped to restore the carbon. And then even the livelihood, the communities are living next to the mangroves. They get a lot of like sea fish as their food appetite, right? So that way they can improve their living also, the livelihood. So that's important of the mangrove ecosystem. And one fact even is the crab. Okay, the fiddler crabs also you can able to found in this ecosystem, and they are like helping out, like if I told you, they are just use this leaf as a food, and they are supported by this ecosystem. So move to the next slide. So how we can restore this our habitat? Okay, so one of the thing is a afforestation, like plantation you need to be done, because initially, as you know, I sorry to say this because I'm like expert, but still, key it's a not a plant to be planted ideally, but because of the need we need to do this now. So whenever it's a like we need to conduct a afforestation activity, but not a randomly. So that definitely you are aware about terrestrial also, a lot of afforestation tech, and it is not correct. So we
Yes,
should be
Madhvi.
more, yeah, so we need to be show more focus on how sustainable way we can conduct. So like see, mangroves also various zonations are there. Okay, the front zone, back zone, intermediate zone are there. So when we having the front zone, there mangrove species are different. Middle zone have a different one, and the last zone is different one. And even we need to be consider mudflats not to be area for the plantation. This is actually made it for their bird sitting area. So whenever you conduct any plantation, mangrove afforestation activity, that time you need to be consider all this factor, not only okay randomly okay we can getting the open plant and do the plantation. This will not work out or help out, because each and every creature on this biodiversity or ecosystem or a niche is they have their certain areas are marked or demarcated. So we need to be respect that, and similar we need to be work it out. Okay, the second one factor is more create awareness, give like student nowadays are need to be more focusing. I don't even remember, I just remember when we have geography 7th standard we have sundari tree description, but that time okay sundari some trees existing or not even bother, but when I entered in this field, and then okay this is one of the plant of mangrove and it's growing in Sundarban, it's a huge area which is gifted by India. So it's a like around 75 Ramsar sites we have at present, and one of the site is Thane Creek next to us. So that's the thing. Okay, so it's a lack of awareness everywhere. I found ki people are not aware what's their beauty, how they important, how we can more contribute in this manner. So awareness is another thing or another part of afforestation or the restoration of this ecosystem. This way we can restore. And then third one is stakeholders participation. Stakeholders, who are the stakeholders? Each and everyone living creature is the part of this stakeholder thing. So you involve communities who's near living to the coastal ecosystem. They can definitely know more than you, right? We are expert, but the living nearby, the locals are more expert in this field, I found. So involve them, engage them, help out this. So I have one very good example. Sundarban, there's people who sell mangrove honey. Okay, and it was very tasty, medicinal property, and very expensive. So this kind of projects or things we can replicate, because you have a we in Mumbai also we have a huge mangrove areas, even the India overall. So even as you aware, in 2024 in budget, our PM declared mangrove as a major part and it's a ecosystem. So they just launched a Mishti project. Is a now the name similar? It's a sweet Mishti. It's a Bengali sweet. So similarly, Mishti project is launched, and it's actually for the restoration of mangrove, supporting the whole ecosystem. Okay, so this way our areas, so we have certain acres of square millimeters of area need to be restored through this project. Okay, so that's a good news for us, everyone, key, because the people and everyone now bothering about this ecosystem, because launching such kind of schemes definitely help us out. Okay. So this is the steps how we can. It's a very nice green humor thing they made it. How you can do the actual plantation and be presented. Okay, so definitely first step when you want to go for the restoration or any plantation or rehabilitation of mangrove, you should always check key is a site suitability is the first factor. Line is available or not. If tidal water is reaching to properly, because you can't just take a sapling or plant और आप कहीं पे भी प्लांट कर दो, ऐसे नहीं होता. एक प्रॉपर स्टैंडर्ड प्रोटोकॉल होता है, चीजें होती है जिसे आपको बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी तरह से फोकस करना होगा कि जैसे लैंड अवेलेबल है प्रॉपरली तो वो सूटेबल है क्या, आप लोकल से बात कीजिए कि वहां पे हुआ था क्या ऐसी चीजें. हाँ, सपोज डिग्रेडेड है तो डेफिनेटली आपको रिस्टोर करना चाहिए. ओके, सो आप फिर साइट सिलेक्शन इन्वॉल्व लोग, कॉलेजेस, स्टूडेंट्स, पार्टिसिपेशन, चाइल्ड. सो आप उन्हें लेके जाइए, उनको बताइए कि ये आपकी इकोसिस्टम है, हम यहाँ पे रहते हैं, हमें ये सब चीजें. when you engage them, like if you see nowadays बहुत से बच्चे अपने सिर्फ मोबाइल फोन से स्क्रीन टाइम से कनेक्टेड है. But I remember everyone in childhood, when I was a 90s kid, we used to play. My mom need to be thousand times call me, then only I come. And that time our health also very good. We no never have a pimple, because see now like child are getting specs, they having a pimple. There are a lot of health issues. Why? Because of this. If you run properly, you don't have pimples. If you walk, you eat healthy, when you would just run away, you play properly, then definitely your eating patterns also change and you don't have the specs also, if I feel. Okay, so these are the things ki engage your like student, child in this, participate, so this way we can restore this whole ecosystem. Okay. So, how, as a Green Yatra and part of the Green Yatra, what's our initiative and what's our thought process? So now this is little bit technical point of view, but I will tell you. So if you see this first image is like degraded ecosystem. Okay, this area. If you see, the mangrove plant also very expensive in international market, and they cut down various areas. Africa is also Kenya, a lot of places are there. So this will definitely increasing when, like, see, if I'm talking 10 times more carbon sequestration, they have the capacity. If I cut it down, then definitely 20 times carbon I am getting automatically, because with the plant itself have the carbon and the soil where the carbon already fixed. If you destroy this, the 10 times make it 20 times. So think about this before destroying this forest. So that one thing. So our what is Green Yatra initiative? So we are planning around 10 10 to 20 acres of mangrove plantation in upcoming years in a sustainable way. So these are the, if you are aware about sustainable development goals, so these are the SDGs, like how you are getting through this project. And the next image is like how we are doing our afforestation. So there is a one method, it's very well known. If the degraded area, the why the saplings are or plants are not growing in this region, so one of the major factor, the water reaching level. Okay, the land is elevated, its water is not growing properly there. तो उस जगह पे क्या होता है कि पानी नहीं जा पा रहा है, tidal water is not reaching. So हमें सबसे तो important is the we are using this fishbone canal system. What happened in this fishbone? We are making an artificial way to create, move water and flourish this area and make it as like the wetland, daldal, okay? And this way we can plant the trees here. Okay, so these are the major seven fact SDGs we are trying to reach through this Blue Yatra actually. Okay, so no poverty. Definitely, the coastal communities are living. They will definitely get the food when you restore this ecosystem. Zero hunger. Then we have more climate related thing. Then ecosystem are reviving and our tree cover anyways are growing. So this whole and soul, this way we can help out to restore our area. And these are the conclusion of our presentation. कि, like according this restoration, so what I say कि marine or coastal areas are rich with lot of nutrient, a biodiversity, their living livelihoods are there, communities are there, and we need to be give that much focus or put some importance. Like if you are seeing ki, okay, something is happening in this area, so identify what are the reason. Like if you see, I tell you very example, when I just pass on with a lot of creek areas, I see ki like lot of debris are put in. No one is bothered to at least, if be a responsible citizen, at least tell not to dump and not to follow. Correct. Then only this area get protected. Already there's some few areas or patches already gone for the degraded and is taken over for the art. If you see a lot of population and lot of factors are there, so we need to be responsible. Okay, how we can conserve, how we can protect this, and with the small changes, not need to be huge. Okay, now I said you should go and do the plantation, no, but at least what I feel, I tell you Siddharth, one thing, ki your waste is the biggest problem nowadays initially, and this waste only causing more problem to our ecosystem, so even terrestrial also and the coastal also. So if we are responsible citizens, segregate your waste. If nothing go to the ocean, nothing affect their ecosystem or biodiversity. So this way, I would like to conclude my session. And one more note, this picture is say, so mangrove forest, Sonarisha apatella, is called a chippy, okay, in Marathi, is our state mangrove tree. So Maharashtra is the first region where we declare a state mangrove, okay, and that's a beautiful thing because we are bothering about this ecosystem. So that's it. Thank you, so that if you have any question or anyone else and have the questions, so we can definitely discuss.
Thank you, Madhvi, for such a nice information on blue ecosystem and mangroves. I think we should change our habit and जो हमारी आदतें अगर हम वो भी चेंज करते हैं तो we can do positive work on environment. अगर थोड़े सी
Correct,
चीजें जैसे आपने
very
बोला
true.
segregation is a very simple thing. मतलब सेग्रीगेशन करने से अगर कोई इकोसिस्टम रिस्टोरेशन हो रही होगी तो इससे बढ़िया तो कोई चीज है नहीं.
कुछ हो ही
एंड
नहीं
इसमें
सकती. True.
इसमें ऐसा नहीं कि हमें कोई बहुत ज्यादा काम करना है, बहुत फिजिकल वर्क करना है, बहुत मेंटली इसमें काम करना है. जस्ट
Correct,
सिंपल सा अगर हम
correct,
सेग्रीगेशन करेंगे, इवन अगर सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक का यूज भी अगर हमने कम कर दिया तो वो भी बहुत पॉजिटिवली इफेक्ट कर सकता है
correct,
कंजर्वेशन के लिए. एंड
correct.
माधवी, मुझे तो लगता है कि मुंबईकर, स्पेशली मुंबईकर और कोस्टल एरिया में जो भी लोग रहते हैं वो थैंकफुल होने चाहिए मैंग्रोव इकोसिस्टम के, क्योंकि मैंग्रोव
Very
इकोसिस्टम
true.
होने की वजह से दे आर लिविंग वेरी वेल. स्पेशली
Correct.
इन मुंबई मुझे लगता है कि मुंबई के लोग आज जो लाइफस्टाइल या फिर जो लाइफ जी रहे हैं उसका जो भी श्रेय है, क्रेडिट है, वो जाता है मैंग्रोव्स को और संजय गांधी नेशनल पार्क को। इमेजिन
करेक्ट।
कीजिए अगर मैंग्रोव्स और संजय गांधी नेशनल पार्क नहीं होता मुंबई में, सो मुंबई में इंसानों के रहने की जगह नहीं होती, प्रॉपर हम रह नहीं पाते। तो ये दो चीजें मुंबई में बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है
बहुत
जिसकी
ज्यादा
वजह से
जरूरी है।
मुंबई का सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं। तो वी शुड वेरी थैंकफुल टू मैंग्रोव एंड संजय गांधी
करेक्ट।
नेशनल पार्क।
Correct. So, Siddharth, last thing I want to just note. So, actually, this wetland act like a sponge.
राइट।
Okay. So they absorb water. If you see, जब मुंबई में भी जहाँ पे फ्लडेड हो जाती है, जिस एरिया में आप नोटिस करिए जहाँ पे क्रीक है या मैंग्रोव है वहाँ पे कभी फ्लडिंग नहीं होता.
ट्रू।
So that
यस यस।
ecosystem is very helpful. और टेरेस्ट्रियल हमारा पूरा मतलब ये ओवरऑल जो है टेरेस्ट्रियल कोस्टल जो भी बोलो, हमारी मदर अर्थ ने इतने अच्छे से हमें बनाया हुआ है कि हम सरवाइव अच्छे से कर पाए. बट वी आर लाइक नॉट थिंकिंग अबाउट इट विद अ स्मॉल रिस्पेक्ट. जैसे आपने बताया कि प्लास्टिक चीजें हैं, सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के बारे में हम नहीं सोच रहे, तो वो जहाँ पे हम सोचेंगे ना तो डेफिनेटली दिस विल help out better for us.
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली।
Okay.
एंड माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन इज दैट कि इन्वायरमेंट कंजर्वेशन करना या फिर सस्टेनेबिलिटी की तरफ जाना ये कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है। ऐसा नहीं है कि
Correct.
इसके लिए हमें बहुत इफर्ट्स लेने हैं। छोटी छोटी चीजें अगर हम करते हैं, हमारी हैबिट चेंज करते हैं, फिर भी हम बहुत पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट कर सकते हैं। बट क्या है ना
कर सकते.
कि इंसानों को अभी एक आदत हो गई कि जितना ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज यूज कर सकते हैं यूज कर लो। एंड इमेजिन कीजिए कि जैसा जो चीजें मेरे दादाजी को मिली थी या फिर आपके दादाजी को जो मिली थी, जो भी उस समय का पॉल्यूशन हो या फिर जो भी नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज हो, आज वो हमें नहीं मिल रही है। एंड इमेजिन
करेक्ट.
कीजिए हमारे जब बच्चे होंगे या पोते होंगे, उनको तो ये भी नहीं मिलेगा जो हमें
ये
मिल रहा
भी
है,
नहीं
क्योंकि
मिलेगा.
वी आर यूजिंग नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज इन वेरी वेरी बिग इसमें। अभी इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि चलो ये चीज अगर मैं यूज कर लूं, जैसे कि सिंपल सा एग्जांपल, पानी। पानी कंजर्व करना इट्स वेरी इजी टास्क, बट फिर भी लोग पानी कंजर्व नहीं करते और मैक्सिमम पानी वो ये करते हैं, फेंक देते हैं। तो ये भी एक चीज है कि हमें इस पे सोचना चाहिए। छोटी छोटी
बहुत
चीजें एक बड़ा इम्पैक्ट कर सकती है, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। बट
करेक्ट. करेक्ट.
अवेयरनेस भी होना चाहिए। अभी जैसा आपने मैंग्रोव्स पे सेशन लिया, बहुत सारे लोगों को मैंग्रोव्स नहीं पता है। सो उनको बस ये
बराबर.
पता है कि टेरेस्ट्रियल इकोसिस्टम क्या होती है, पेड़ क्या होते हैं, जंगल्स क्या होते हैं। बट मैंग्रोव्स में एक पूरी इकोसिस्टम है, वहां पे इतना बायोडाइवर्सिटी है, वो इतना यूजफुल है, 10 टाइम फास्टर या 10 टाइम ज्यादा वो कार्बन सिक्वेस्ट्रेशन करते हैं। इट्स अ रियली इंटरेस्टिंग एंड मैंग्रोव इकोसिस्टम कैन हेल्प टू रिड्यूस द कार्बन इमिशन, आई थिंक।
करेक्ट.
एंड
करेक्ट.
यही सारी चीजों का विचार करते हुए, इसका रिसर्च करने के बाद ग्रीन यात्रा भी अभी इंटर हुआ है मैंग्रोव कंजर्वेशन के लिए। एंड वी हैव स्टार्टेड वन प्रोजेक्ट एंड आई एम वेरी
करेक्ट.
थैंकफुल टू यू, क्योंकि एज ए एक्सपर्ट आपके साथ हमने मैंग्रोव रिस्टोरेशन का काम स्टार्ट किया है। एंड डेफिनेटली जैसे हम
करेक्ट.
टेरेस्ट्रियल इकोसिस्टम को रिस्टोरेशन कर रहे हैं, बायोडाइवर्सिटी रिस्टोरेशन कर रहे हैं, अर्बन हीट आइलैंड रिड्यूस करने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, वैसे ही अभी हम ब्लू इकोसिस्टम में भी काम करेंगे। एंड इन फ्यूचर बहुत सारे इंटरेस्टिंग मैंग्रोव कंजर्वेशन के प्रोजेक्ट एंड वेटलैंड कंजर्वेशन के प्रोजेक्ट हम रन करेंगे।
Definitely,
थैंक
definitely, Siddharth. Okay.
थैंक यू
Thank
माधवी, थैंक
you.
यू फॉर सच अ नाइस इन्फॉर्मेशन, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you. Thank you so much.